What is up, everyone? I'm Jason, this is Freeberg Garage, and we are on our path to 883 to 1275 success. All right, let's get to it. All right, we're gonna install one of the rocker boxes on the motor here. I already have a fully assembled rocker box. I'll show you guys that a little bit later, how I did that. Pretty simple. These are new shafts right here from S&S. Came with the 1275 hammer kit there, and as well, of course, the rockers themselves. Now these rockers up top look pretty natural to what the 883 was, but instead they have been upgraded. We have roller rockers rather than just flat stops up here. They have a higher lift, and as well as new lubricating or better performance for the push rods down below there. You guys can kind of see there. All right, so we have those, and then we have the new push rods. These are chromoly push rods. They're heavier, they are stronger than our stock factory ones, and the sizing of them are a little bit different. So you have the intake and exhaust are just slightly smaller and bigger than the original ones that we have going in, all right? So going on this, we have the heads that were done by Hammer Performance to match the jugs that were done by Hammer Performance. All that has to be done precisely, otherwise none of the push rods and all that stuff is going to fit correctly if you don't go back through and measure everything. They did all that guesswork to make sure that all of them squished together correctly and made sure the clearance is there. So I'll show you guys when we get a little bit closer when we slap this together and put it on, all right? So let's get into getting this first rocker box installed, and I'll show you guys where we're gonna land on how to install these, make sure that they're properly done the first time around, all right? So if we were doing this from a fully installed motor and doing just the top end, it'd be a little bit different, but in this case, since we're building it up, it makes it a little bit easier. So we have our push rods already installed, obviously all of the lifter blocks, all that's all done. And now we need to find our top dead center at the bottom of the lobe of the cam in order to have the proper clearance for up here. We're using Cometic gaskets, so those have the same specs for the rocker boxes as what OEM would be. And the biggest part is finding our top dead center. So using right down in here our timing mark. This is like one of the 16 ways that you can do to find top dead center, but in 95 all the way up to I believe 03, you can use this method for as close as we can get pretty much. And then down here we have also an indicator that we want to use, which is essentially we are looking for the compression stroke on the motor to be able to find top dead center. So I went ahead and already got it prepped and ready. So when we got to top dead center, we would put your finger over the spark plug hole on this side here, put it over, feel the air pushing through, feel that the piston is all the way to the top, move it back and forth and see right where it starts to fall, move it back. We're pretty much there at top dead center. Noting this mark right here states on the Sportster that this is going to be on the compression stroke. Now if you're at top dead center and on the line here, and this was on the opposite side, you would be on the intake stroke. So just the two differences of making sure that we are on the proper stroke here, which is the compression stroke, not to be confused with the intake stroke. And then the rear cylinder will be different. And you can already see I have these already in place. So we're gonna show you now what the difference is when we put them in. So we have the exhaust push rod going in, okay? And then we have the intake push rod going in, okay? So, hard to tell, but there's that side and there's that side. Those are sticking up much taller. Those are shutting up much lower. And that's where we need to be to get the lowest part of the cam, the bottom end of the circle. So if you have the two lobes sticking out like this, you want to be at the bottom of that camshaft lobe or bottom of the camshaft circle in order to get the lowest part that we need to be able to get the squish clearance on the lifters, or I'm sorry, the preload on these lifters, all right? Let me talk about that. So everywhere you go across, as far as which way you find top dead center, what year sports do you have, how you're going to do it, because every part of this motor being in a different scenario is going to matter for finding that bottom of that lobe, whether it is in the bike, you're using a tire, or you have everything on the bike, or everything's still assembled and you're doing one side. You need to find the bottom of the lobe. So in this particular, this is probably about the easiest way, I would say, because the motor has been fully disassembled and we're reassembling it up in order to move things around. Things move a lot easier, obviously disassembled from this side. Now, the clearance of what I'm talking about, or the preload on the lifters, is where we want to mainly find, because you got about 1/100 of an inch on the lifters that we want to make sure that we can use, but too much of the top of the lifter using that 1/100 is too much. We want to be able to split that in half and do about 1/50 of an inch on the clearance between the rocker box and the head. All right, so we're going to slide on of course, our Cometic gasket that came factory with the hammer kit there, so we didn't have to go get that all together. We're gonna slide that on there. All right, and before we get these on there, we're gonna throw a little semi-lube on the rollers there, so that way that they are nice and lubricated there as well. And we'll throw a little oil on the top of the socket here. We'll set this up here. And we are seated. Perfect. All right, now the clearance of what we're talking about. We have a little bit of some movement, obviously, just because of it being loosely on here, but we need to be able to find what the clearance is going to be right here. After we have found now top dead center, everything is set, we need to find where our clearance is at, and we want to be at 0.050 at minimum, right? So that's where you want to be. Sit there. So close enough right there. That's how much clearance we want to have right up top, right there, okay? And it looks like we actually have less than that. We got probably about 0.025, and this is going to set the preload on the lifters. The lifters are going to move up and down. At the max we want is a 1/100th or a 1/10 of an inch, or a 0.1, I'm probably saying that wrong, 0.0111 or 0.100 is where we want to be at. And that allows for the adjustment of the oil coming up through the push rod and not have to make a bunch of noise up top. If you're using solid lifters, which these don't come with the factory from Harley with solid lifters, but if you were to use, I guess, solid lifters, you need to be even more exact so you don't hear that ticking noise coming from the rocker boxes and consistently adjusting them. All right, we got that set there. Let's get on our bolts here, and this part alone is very important, so we want to make sure that we have all of our proper torque sequence ready to go. In the sequence of tightening this down, we got about 3 different sections of bolts. We have 1, 2, 3, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we have 1, 2 up here that all are going to be extremely important on which way we're going to torque these down. So the longer ones, these are 3-inch ones, we're going to slide these down into here. If your shafts are not positioned right with the notch, you won't be able to even get the bolt into it. So we're going to make sure that we got that set up here. I'm going to just get a finger tight these down here. All right, and then the second bolts up here are going to be 2 3/4. These are 3-inch. If you get them mixed up, you got to be careful because you can just torch the threads right off your head if not done correctly on this side here. So we're going to get those in place. That looks good there. And I'm going to double check our clearance where we're at. Yep, and we're still good there. We got those set up. We'll get our middle ones going here. We can now start doing the torque sequence on this. Starting with the outer ones here. These are 90 to 120 inch-pounds. So we will get these going first. Our inner 3 are going to be 10 to 13 foot-pounds. And we start off with 10, and our last 4 here, these are 15 to 18. And we're gonna stay in a diagonal formation on here. And they're gonna be 120 up here, inch-pounds. Our middle 3 here are gonna be 13 foot-pounds. Then lastly, 18 foot-pounds going across. There we go. That rocker box is all set. We can start working on the front one now. All right, so I'm gonna tighten those up and get that set up, but pretty much that is the rocker box install for the most part. I also realized that I'm missing like 2 of the bolts to be able to finish that back rocker box. So same process, same torque sequence, same measuring, and that will be all set to go. All right, guys, but for now, that'll be all on this one. I'll greatly appreciate if you could hit the subscribe button, tap that like, press the notification, leave a comment below and tell me what you think. And for those that are already subscribed, thank you as always, and stay free. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.